But you can say that same. I don't know if it's verifiable or what, but you can say that for the next year. If you found a bug, we got to fix it. Whether it's true or not, it's easy to believe it. It's easy to sell, but you can use that same exact line for the next year or 2 or 7, just like fucking Ethereum, for example. Or so that's what I'm saying. I think it's ready. I think he can press the button right now. Everything's Gucci, and he can go to main launch right now. I don't think there's nothing else waiting. And but he's just like, why not wait? Go ahead.
Did you look at the 39 bugs on GitLab that they're breaking through?
No,
Working on?
no. So after I just heard that, right? I just heard that like a little bit ago.
Did you read his tweet on May 16th, which is what, a couple days ago? A little less than a couple days ago, and he's auditing.
Yeah, I changed my whole entire like worldview on it. Like I was about to flip that part. So yeah, there's actual verifiable bugs that need to be fixed. Period. Point blank before we launch, and that was what I was second guessing. So now that I know that that's valid, then it's not just an excuse. It's just he has to get it done. So you're right. But this was my train of thought beforehand, before I learned that. All that verifiable stuff.
So it's 39 bugs on GitLab.
I'll confirm it right now.
So on GitLab, regardless of how many bugs there are, depending on how good they are on knocking it off the list, I'm sure that some of those out of the 39 are done. Maybe they're not, but ultimately, just wanted to bring that up. But yes, bugs are bugs. He's not going to launch it. I just was hoping, that this is, it's like I said, the charts has nothing to do with Richard Hart. Period. Point blank. It's hard to find it a coincidence though. On the other side of the coin, where it really realistically 3 weeks away looks realistic for main launch, and that's just what the charts are saying for the market flip. And I wouldn't run it past Richard Hart because he's a genius, and so that's why I like to talk both sides of the debate.
But what if the market could keep going down, Filipino? It don't have to flip.
About 3 weeks it flipped.
Well, you're right, but at the end of the day, a bear market's a bear market, right? And it's gonna flip. It's gonna flip. It's gonna flip sooner or later, because that's what history says, right?
Exactly. But putting a time frame of 3 weeks is, maybe I missed something. If Richard says something like that, great. But
Panther, we can barely hear you.
Me? Sorry. I just always kind of hesitate when I hear people talking about, 3 weeks and the market turns around for 3 years.
Is it just me, or does he sound loaded?
We can't hear you.
Your mic's really.
All right, sorry, guys.
I thought it was
Still faint. If you're on a phone or something, get right next to it. Tablet.
Yeah, something's wrong with my mic. Sorry.
Yeah,
there you go.
All right, thanks.
On the GitLab, there was 39 bugs. 38 of them are closed.
Dang.
Isn't human nature kind of weird, though? We all talk about how back when Hex was at, 30, 40 cents. My God, if we ever had an opportunity to buy, 10 cents again, how lucky would we be? And now here we are sitting here at 10 cents, and I can't bring myself to push the button because of all this crazy uncertainty.
You know, that's
Just
a
how we're
great
wired.
point. That's a great point. You know, this is the last time it hit 10 cents. That's the second time. I missed the first time it went down to 10 cents, and I was like, oh. So this last one, I actually got on this last time, but I feel like it's gonna bounce. It's gonna go back to 10 cents and bounce. But like I said, you don't know, so that's why you're just like quote unquote DCAing in or whatever. But it's a magical price, man. Like we won't
So
ever see these prices as low again.
I just wanted to jump into for the entire repo, we have 297 bugs, 236 are closed, and 61 are open. So I don't know the severity of the 61 that are still open, but we can keep track on, but based on this list.
That's good information. Thanks, bro.
You're welcome.
I love how he called it outrage marketing. He knows what he's doing.
I think we have some questions. T, do you have a question? T, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm here. Yeah. Is it possible to speak to a dev, please?
In regards to?
The price going up.
Get crypto
Question.
I'm over invested.
Get crypto too.
And I need the price to go up.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, let's
about
get a
Pulsechain?
dev on that right away.
What's the link with the dev, man?
I need them to flip the money switch.
T, do you have a question?
Doesn't work like that, man.
What you mean?
What's
Just
your
tell the
question?
whales to stop selling the OGs.
All right, we will. Carl, do you have a question?
Not currently, just waiting. I will though.
Okay. Crib 80, do you have a question?
Have there been any realistic price predictions upon launch for PulseX?
It's like Alice in Wonderland. Everyone's an expert on what's going to happen, but no one has the crystal ball.
Cryptographics did a decent video on it.
Stick and prediction don't usually go hand in hand.
Price discovery at the launch, so nobody can tell. There are so many factors to take in consideration, and we have no past. You can only basically give prediction when you have past the data from the past. Then you recognize patterns depending on your methodology, and then you bet on something. And you tell yourself, okay, basing myself on the next halving, on that, it will go there.
You know
at the
how,
minimum and at the maximum over there.
Yeah, during that time period where Pulsechain isn't live, but technically it's live, but swapping is only available to people who sacrificed between Pulse
It's
X
called
and Pulsechain.
pre-bridge opening phase.
Pre-bridge opening, thanks.
Yeah.
So will price be affected if people are swapping between those two projects at that time, or is the price made official once the bridge is live?
From what I heard, it will have no impact. Multiple guys said that no impact apparently. Pre-bridge opening phase, the swap will have no impact on basically the price that we will get post bridge opening because of the AMM bot and the fixer bot and what's going to happen at the launch. To make a long story short.
Okay, cool.
So I also.
What is everyone thinking, by the way? You think maybe by the end of June?
Who knows? It's been the same question asked for a year now, you know? Who knows? Who knows?
Right. I really thought we'd get it by the end of May, but it's got to be like end of July at the most at this point.
Lank just said there's 61 bugs open still. So, I mean, they're not going to launch until those are resolved, I would imagine.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Depends on the severity of the bugs. And a bugs list can even increase over time, by the way. That doesn't mean that they cannot launch. It all depends on the bug. And even when it will be launched, new bugs are going to be discovered. It's just the software development world and the life cycle of software product.
Well, we're definitely not going to launch in May.
He explained it, yes, of course. In 10 days, May is over, so of course.
And that's what Richard tweeted today.
Yes. So June, let's go.
Yeah, I've been doing baby 5-day stakes because I kind of wanted to be liquid when the launch came. So maybe I can do a longer one now.
Have you guys heard any of these narratives going on that with regulations coming in regarding the stable coins and everything? I heard that there could be a threat to DeFi, which I don't know, doesn't really make sense to me unless there's just no possible way to off ramp into fiat currency, which that would have to be a worldwide thing. I was wondering if
what do you
anyone.
mean by that? I didn't get it. Could you please elaborate on that? What kind of threat with the stable coins or? Yeah.
Well, there's talks that, and it's been in the talks for a while, that the U.S. government wants to have their own stable coin, and I don't know. With that, obviously, they want to crack down on regulations with exchanges and all that.
We can't even get a stable dollar.
Right.
So basically,
stable dollar. I mean, it stays at a dollar peg, right? Inflation doesn't matter.
What you are telling us is like we could see a regulation coming from basically the Fed or the US government, and that would basically that would force all the coin exchanges to basically forbid the usage or the trading of stable coins, and then no stable coin for us, right?
Right. And the only real threat to DeFi is if there's no way to realize those profits, right?
Well, there would be a solution, even if it's that, because you could, for example, let's say, even if you cannot cash out with stable coins on coin exchanges, you still have the opportunity to bypass that. Let's say you take the layer 1 token, you trade it from cash to crypto layer 1 token, let's say, for example, Ethereum, and then you send Ethereum from your coin exchange to your non-custodial wallet. And then maybe they couldn't control, and then over there you could do a swap on this non-regulated market that is DeFi and basically hodl stable coins. And then one day when you want to go back, you reswap your stable coin for Ethereum, and then you do your business on your coin exchange and you get your bloody fiat. But the threat is not there. The threat
Yeah, I
is
agree.
if, for example, they start to forbid withdrawal to non-custodial wallets like MetaMask and so on. Dude, that
Exactly.
would be a huge threat and huge issue for the
Yeah.
DeFi
Right.
world. And it will start. It has already started, I think, in Estonia. It is already the case. And yeah, it's complicated. But then it would come up gradually,
Yeah. And
basically country per country, and you will still have a way to bypass that using VPN and other coin exchanges.
right.
See what I
It
mean?
would have to be a
Yeah,
worldwide
there's
effort
no
to
threat.
disable it.
Exiting is not a problem.
Yeah.
Getting out is easy now. There's too many ways of getting out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out how it could potentially. I mean, it's all hypothetical, of course, and I don't
No,
think
no,
it's possible either.
no,
But
there is a big threat, guys. No? If they start to basically forbid the withdrawal to basically non-custodial wallet, then whatever you try to withdraw, you will not be able. No,
You're right. That's the threat.
problematic.
Not offboarding. Getting out is easy. Yeah, that's the threat. What you just said exactly.
Getting going off. No, but going off it means like even it depends. Like going out, it could be considered like you inject your fiat money and then you want to use it to do things on DeFi and impossible. You know what I mean? If they forbid the
Yeah.
withdrawal to, it's
Right.
problematic.
Yep.
they could
And it
forbid
could even happen. It would,
on-ramps altogether too.
yeah, but it could also happen on the other side, which means if they do that, let's say tomorrow they decide to do that, okay, you back your money, okay, each time that they will see that it comes from a wallet that is not owned by a coin exchange, another competitor coin exchange, then they will ask you questions and to justify and to give them basically, yeah, justification before being able to use them and swap them for trade them against any other crypto asset or even fiat, and that could be problematic.
Well, it's good to see 120 people in here during a shit time. That's for sure. I need someone to talk me into buying more Hex, but I just can't bring myself to do it.
I'm actually on the page right now. I'm all on Hex right now. I don't know, man.
I'm looking
just
at
read.
Bitcoin. I'm staring at a Bitcoin right now saying, come on, all the times I said if it gets back down here, I'm going to convert a Bitcoin over to Hex. And why the hell am I not doing it? I'm looking at it. My finger's right there, but I won't push the button. The hell's the matter with me?
No, I can tell you what. We just broke through a pretty decent support. It's a bit early to tell because it could go further lower now.
Yeah, I agree.
There's another support or something at 7.4 cents. If it breaks through, well, I don't think it will, but if it does further low, but it will probably bounce there. Who the fuck knows? Probabilities are high.
You can set limit orders for free on matcha.xyz. It's kind of looking to scoop at some certain levels. So if you're,
Yeah, smart idea. I hadn't thought about that yet.
Yeah, and when you do that on those limit orders on match.xyz, set a little higher than you think your low price you want to scoop at, because it initially, I mean, usually when these tough dips go in, the match.xyz doesn't execute at the lowest. It'll be just above. So you might miss it if you set it too low, just to FYI.
Yeah, copy that.
Yeah, and regarding the matcha that you just mentioned, I think because I checked it out like a few days ago, the problem I think with that, but you will confirm it to me, is like it doesn't last forever. I think your limit order is like limited for like a few hours. It's not
Yeah,
like
you can
you
go
can
up to
let it
7
run.
days.
Yeah. While and that's the first con, and the second con using that is like you will pay gas fees, high gas fees because of the Ethereum, which is totally independent. It's not the fault of this DEX. But me, I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend using BitGet, because on BitGet you can trade a HEX USDT,
Crypto.
HEX USDT pair, and over there you will have less gas fees, and then you can send it to your MetaMask wallet. Yeah, tell
You
me.
said Hitbit where?
No, BitGet. BitGet.
BitGet?
Which
BitGet.
is not a verified site, so I wouldn't go to that. Do your own research.
Why it's not a verified site? It's a coin. It's
Because
the yeah.
Nobody recommends it.
So
And it's not,
okay.
and you
So
shouldn't recommend any trading
okay.
platform.
Why I shouldn't? Basically, it's just a way of buying it. Then I don't tell to people to stay over there. You buy it and then you send it them straight to your MetaMask wallet. And what is the perk of doing that? Is that your limit order will not get cancelled. And on top of that, you will save on gas fees, because there is a fixed price for basically sending your HEX. It will always be 35 US dollar cost for sending your HEX. Whatever is going on the in terms of traffic on the ETH blockchain. And on top of that, to tell you about the, how can I say that, about the BitGet coin exchange, how reliable it is. Two things to share with you. The first thing, I use it. I never
You don't
experienced
need to go
anything
into
bad.
the perks of the platform.
Yeah, but I just tell you like, do you
No.
know football, soccer?
No, I don't.
Is that a moderator talking? I haven't been around in a while.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Why did you mute me?
Because you're
Hello?
pitching a platform.
No, I'm not pitching a platform. And you just said that it was like, I don't care about the platform. It's just a way for people to save fees. So then if they don't want to save fees, okay, no problem. But yeah, Juventus de Turin, you know the soccer team? This is their sponsor. So if this football club, which is worldwide known, they wouldn't use this sponsor.
So now you're getting into the fact that the exchange is good, and now a soccer team is vetting it, which you're pitching it even more.
No, absolutely not. It's just that if they deal with them, they are not going to deal with scammers. See what I mean? If they would steal money, they wouldn't deal with them. That's what I try to say.
Crypto. Don't suggest any other platforms, please.
Problem.
So can we talk about matcha.xyz though?
Yes, because Richard promotes that platform. Matcha.xyz, changenow.io. Anything that is on Richard's website, you can say that's a trusted source.
Right on. Yeah, so I don't think you pay the fees when you're buying on here, right? When you set the limit order, the seller pays the fees or something, right?
I mean, the fees, regarding the fees, is like, on the Ethereum blockchain, the gas fees are really high. See what I
Yeah.
mean? In that sense, that's
Yeah,
why
what
I
I'm
talk about
saying,
that.
what I'm saying is
was
the
promoting them.
yeah. Yeah, what I'm saying though, and when you set the limit order on here, I think the seller pays the fees. You don't pay any fees when you're buying on limit orders on matcha.xyz.
Okay. not sure about that. I couldn't confirm it, but yeah, interesting if yeah,
Yeah,
because
last
it
order I got
prevents.
filled on it. I didn't pay any fees.
So do you mean that let's take this hypothetical basically scenario. Let's say you set a limit order. Let's say it even lasts 7 days, and let's imagine you set it too low and it never gets filled basically. Would you then pay the gas fees still
No.
or not?
No, you don't pay anything. You don't pay anything to set the limit order, and nothing when it gets filled.
Okay, well, that's cool. That's good
You
news.
Yeah, it's pretty good,
you
right?
pay if you cancel it, you pay, and like you said earlier, if you have to set it a bit higher than the low, so essentially the gas price is baked into the spread, into the price.
Right. That makes sense.
But if you want to cancel it, you still pay. That's problematic.
So only if you want to cancel it, then you pay. Orders will set expiration times will automatically be canceled at no cost. That's for limit orders.
Yeah, I've also tried 1 inch, and my experience between the two, Matcha and XYZ. XYZ is just I don't know. I trust it a little more because 1 inch a couple times I hit my target and it just said it canceled my order or something. It didn't fill like a couple times, so kind of done with 1 inch.
Any word on the documentary? I know there was just a teaser that was just put out, but no news on when it actually gets released. Anybody know?
Documentary still going through remastering and all that. I think I don't know if they're done filming. Are they?
I think that the interview with the director was towards the end of the movie. So I guess post production. I don't know. Somebody said 1 year, but I don't know based on what.
I remember now. Yeah, they're also going to film the launch for the documentary.
Okay, yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
They were just I don't know if they decided, but they were discussing waiting around for the launch or not. I think the director was more for waiting than Richard even.
Well, in my mind too, they started talking about it in that stream, and he's like, you kind of want the documentary to be, released and be out and have people see it before you launch, because then that'd be, even better for the project when it launches, right? So they're kind of slapping
Better
that
for
around
the
there,
people.
saying that, yeah, better
You're
overall.
heard for the first time in the documentary, and it's already been like a year since it's launched.
Yeah.
It's not like the worst thing ever, but you're getting a much worse deal, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're going to kind of time it a little closer to getting it out there and the launch. But how do you do that if you want to film the launch? So I don't know if they're going to, if they
It's
are going to film.
also an unknown variable for the director, right? Like they don't know when it will launch. They can only guess, and that just means waiting around with all sorts of equipment and staff on retain. I mean, it's it's a risky move for the director.
Yeah.
So actually, I don't even have anything against having it out earlier, since more people will benefit from earlier documentary.
Yeah, I think they could go ahead and just, up to this point and getting ready for launch and everything, the Hex story, everything else, in this documentary about it, the highest of stakes, and then you go into, leave the door open for a new one with PulseX and Pulsechain and all that.
In the meantime, I'm reading over here that there's going to be a Luna V2. What the fuck? Be Luna Classic.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
why?
Gather all the names of people who buy into that, and let's sell them something new. Jesus. Yeah, it's dead and buried, over with.
I'm 50% today. What do you mean it's over?
You know what I mean. A
No, I'm just
relaunch
kidding.
of that.
Yeah. Well, he's
I
talking
want to
about
see people. Yeah.
he's talking about a restructuring or something. I haven't heard all the details, but
It's going to be similar to
is it going to be a new
Ethereum versus
coin?
Ethereum Classic after the hack
We
happened. I mean,
we shouldn't be talking
you're going to
about.
go back to.
Yeah, we don't know what it's going to do, so please don't give your opinion on what it's going to do.
What's going to do?
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, no third-party projects or projects that failed. People lost millions and billions of dollars, and then trying to talk about how it might recover. It's just not the place for that.
That's not really what we're talking about. I'm talking about how fucking retarded it is that they're doing a fork.
We can talk about how the market is affected by it overall. I mean, more government regulation stepping in because of it, etc.
Yeah, that's just a news piece. Come on, give me a break. Nobody was promoting it or rooting it on. Nothing like that.
Personally, I miss the news every year. Bitcoin to be banned here and there, new regulation here and there. Had 4 years of these cycles, maybe 5.
You know what we have going for us when it comes to people worried about it being banned is that there's enough greed now in Congress, at least in America, to where a lot of people in that House of Representatives that own crypto, whether they want to admit it or not, they own crypto, and now they're biased by their own gains. So I think that's going to be good for us in the long term because there's not just a dozen, there's dozens and dozens of these guys who own it and are now uh, in their best interest keep it going. Mr. Jigs, are you in here? I see. Are you listening?
Yes, I am. Who's speaking?
Oh man, a voice from the past. It's I think I might have been under a different name, but you and I were around a lot together several weeks ago, maybe a couple months. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you so much. 1414. What does that represent?
Just an old baseball number. That's all.
All right, at least now I can remember you by 1414.
Yeah.
Morning, Jigsy. How you doing? Or afternoon, I should say.
I'm doing well, and yourself? Did you catch any fish yesterday?
Yeah, I caught a few. Nothing to write home about, so to speak.
You have to go to the ocean for that.
Yeah, well, maybe when I'm loaded, I'll get me another house in Savannah.
You're loaded already, so what are you worried about?
Not enough to be having a house fire in Savannah.
How was the weather up there today? Did you go out this morning?
Nah, it was raining pretty good this morning when I woke up, but it's cleared up. It's pretty good outside right now.
Redneck, did you get a new engine yet?
Oh, he refuses. I could tell you that.
Yeah, well, I got to buy some more HEX here when it gets down a little bit more.
I might
New engine,
send you an old
boat
one
out.
that
Boat out.
runs.
New engine gets you the boat out. Boat out gets you the fish. Fish gets you sales. Sales get you money. Money gets you HEX.
Yeah, well, I'm not a professional fisherman, so I don't sell those. Be confused with impulsive.
Just trying to help you get some extra source of money.
It can be pretty lucrative if you're catching the right fish.
I agree with you there, buddy. Unfortunately, my son likes to call our lake behind the house the Dead Sea.
That's not
Yeah,
good.
I don't know how much people are paying per pound for Georgia catfish.
I don't know. Did somebody just bring up Hex is at 9.9 cents right now? That's wee.
Thinking
Come get some.
seriously about a 7-day stake.
Last time I looked at it, it was almost close to 8.
Maybe John was right.
According to John, he's always right. He has been pretty spot on, though. I'll give him that.
Yep, that's for sure.
Yeah, deck screener, I got it at 9.3.
Do anybody still got Hex or Pulse starting in May? Or do we believe that it's going to start later now? July 4th.
RH is tweet. It's not going to happen in May.
July 4th.
You say RH just said that it's not. See, I didn't see that tweet. Redneck, I didn't see that.
Couple hours ago.
Yeah, it's there.
Yep, he definitely said not this month.
Which, I mean, I get it. I don't know.
He's got 60 something bugs to clear up. You should get maybe Orkin in to clean it up, and then we'll be ready to go.
Well, I'll tell you this, it would make it worthwhile to me if while he's cleaning up the bugs to go ahead and put limit orders on there, then I would say it's worth the wait. For all I know, that's what they're doing. Was a bunch of hopium, by the way.
Axie, your mic is open.
Illuminati, you've been pretty quiet. How you doing today?